Have you ever been so confident in yourself that you forgot you might need help? This is the story of a mountain climber and a profound lesson about true faith. The man in this story had a deep passion for climbing. He had conquered many high peaks, and that success made him extremely confident in his own abilities. So when he chose the most challenging mountain he had ever faced, he didn't hesitate. He didn't make a plan, didn't check the weather, and didn't ask anyone for advice. He believed he could handle it on his own. On the day of the climb, he packed his gear and began his journey. The sky was clear, the mountain air fresh, everything seemed perfect. He felt energized and full of belief in himself. He thought that as long as he tried hard and held on to faith, everything would be fine. But life doesn't always follow our plans. And sometimes, blind confidence keeps us from realizing what we're truly missing, a little humility and genuine faith. By afternoon, he had reached halfway. He stopped to rest and took in the stunning view. In that peaceful moment, he closed his eyes and whispered thanks to God for life and for the chance to stand so high amidst nature's beauty. It was a moment of calm and gratitude. But time passed quickly. The sun began to sink behind the peaks. The sky turned gray and dark clouds rolled in. Rain was coming, and darkness began to fall. The wise choice would have been to stop and rest for the night. But the man was too determined. He believed his strength and his faith in God would carry him. So he kept going. He climbed on, though the thick fog and darkness made it hard to see. The mountain path grew more dangerous. He lost his sense of direction, up, down, sideways, it was all a blur. Still, he pressed forward. Deep in his heart, he believed God was watching over him and would protect him. His faith was strong, but was it rightly placed? He believed, yes, but did he truly understand what it meant to trust? In the thick darkness, he kept moving on instinct. The freezing cold made his body shiver. Then suddenly, while reaching for a rocky edge, his foot slipped. He lost his balance and fell. Wind howled past his ears as he plunged downward. In those terrifying moments, his life flashed before his eyes, his childhood, his unfinished dreams, his mistakes, and small joys. Then, suddenly, the rope tied around his waist pulled tight. It stopped his fall. Now he hung in midair, suspended in the dark, with no idea what lay below. Alone, with only the sound of his heartbeat and the biting cold, he was trapped. In desperation, he cried out, "God, please save me." To his shock, a calm voice came from above. "What do you want me to do?" "Please, save me," he sobbed. The voice said, "Do you believe I can save you?" "Yes. I believe with all my heart." "Then, cut the rope tied to your waist." He froze. That rope was the only thing keeping him from falling into the void. How could he let go? He stayed silent, trembling in the cold, and chose to keep gripping the rope. All night, the man hung there. His hands numb, his body stiff, but still he held on. The voice didn't return. Only darkness, silence, and fear remained. He had prayed, he had pleaded, but when the answer came, cut the rope, he didn't have the courage to obey. He thought he was saving his life. But that clinging, to what seemed safe, was what led him to death. The long night froze his body. His hands, frozen stiff, never let go of the rope. He had believed in God with words, but when it came time to act on that faith, he clung to fear instead. The next morning, a rescue team found his body. His hand still grasped the rope, and he was only 3 feet from the ground. He could have lived, if only he had truly trusted and done what he had prayed for. This story poses a deep question. Do you really trust your faith? Or are you still clinging to the thing that keeps you stuck? Sometimes, the very thing we believe is safe is what blocks our freedom and life. Real faith means letting go, even when we can't see the way ahead. The climber's death leaves behind a powerful lesson. He believed in God with words, but when asked to act on that faith, he couldn't let go of fear. This isn't just his story, it's a reflection of all of us in daily life. We often say we trust God's plan and believe He'll lead us. But when true trials come, when we face uncertainty, many of us cling to temporary safety, even when that may keep us lost or stuck forever. Sometimes, we pray and ask for help, but when the answer comes, and it feels too strange, too impossible, or beyond our understanding, we don't dare to obey. The rope he clung to symbolized fear and control. But real life begins when we're willing to let go and walk by faith. Trusting God is not just words, it's action, even when we can't see the full picture. If this story moved you, ask yourself, what are you holding on to that you should let go of? Are you ready to fully trust His plan, even if it means stepping outside your comfort zone? The story of the mountain climber challenges each of us. Do we really believe in our faith, or are we still clinging to fear? The man said he believed in God. But when asked to act on that faith, he couldn't. Instead of releasing the rope, the symbol of control and the safety he trusted, he chose to hold tighter. As a result, he lost his chance at life because he lacked the courage to follow the call of faith. Likewise, in life, many of us claim to have faith but don't live it out. We let fear guide our decisions, let doubt shape our actions. But sometimes, what we're holding on to is exactly what's keeping us from freedom, peace, and our greatest breakthrough. True faith isn't just a feeling or a statement. It's action, the courage to let go of what we think is safe and believe that God knows what's best, even when we can't see the full picture. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone you love. Because sometimes, a single story can awaken a soul that's been lost for too long.